about that funnel. Like you're just not ready to buy right now. Well, you can keep nurturing them effortlessly, right? You don't have to email them. It just, every few days you could say, hey, I've got a new blog post. Want to check it out? It's about this, right? Just.
But where is that going to? Anybody that you're connected to on Facebook?
Not anybody. They have to be, as a business, they have to subscribe to your page. That's the thing, right? So it has to, they have to be subscribed
so if
to.
I have 1,000 people, let's say, that are subscribed to one of my businesses page. Those are the people that would get the messages from
Not yet. Right? You're talking about fans. Yeah. Those fans would still need to subscribe. Right? So you would have to run a contest, an ad, an ask, and try and build up your subscribers, right? Because Facebook is being very careful of this because they saw what happened with email. They saw everybody jumped in and ruined it, right? So they're trying to be extremely careful about this. And one of the rules is if someone messages your page, you only have 24 hours to sell them something. After that, you can send them valuable content, but you cannot sell unless they not resubscribe, but re-message you, actually say something to you. Like, I want this. Now you can have another 24 hours where you can actually have a sales message. So they're trying, and that wasn't true a year ago. So they've already cracked down on that because they realize that there are a lot of marketers that will jump in on this and be like spammy, scammy, like they've done with just every single other thing online, right?
Businesses that make themselves relevant and have better advertising will be in this arena, and that's where you want to.
And now they're actually beta testing ads inside of Messenger. So inside your Messenger, there's going to be ads now from other companies, which is, so better leads give you higher sales at a lower cost. That's really the end of the day. So what can you expect if you get started with Messenger bots and Messenger marketing today? You can generate ultra high qualified leads. You can start to be the right person at the right time, meaning super relevant, right? You will always, if you set this up well, you can always be, or pretty much always be, the right person at the right time, right? You have the right information. You can generate more sales on autopilot. Now, again, I'm not saying to sell with bots, but I am saying you will qualify a lot more people and be relevant for them. And when it's time to close, you'll have a bigger list of people, and it'll be much easier sales because you've nurtured them, right? You can also start to build your email list and your messenger list. And finally, you get to leverage technology at the adopter level. There might be one more actually. Hold on. Yes. No. So we are doing an introductory bot kind of offer. We have two things. One is if you just want to check it out, kind of get a feel for it, you can get a checklist. We'll show you how to build a bot. The other thing is that we're building bots for people. So for bots, if you need something, if you want to really jump into this and start leveraging it immediately, get a bot built. We'll build the entire thing for you from start to finish. Obviously, going back and forth with your own sales cycle so we understand what you want, what you're trying to do, and then design a bot and actually implement it, because you need a third-party software to do this, right? So we use something called ManyChat. There's a couple. There's ChatFuel, ManyChat. There's more coming, believe me.
But it's like $10 a month.
It starts at 10, when up to like 500 people on your messenger list. And it goes up like email goes up. But the great thing is they've got all kinds of integration. That integration that you saw with the spas is being beta tested inside of ManyChat at this moment. So you do need software. Facebook, you can build a bot inside of Facebook. It's very limited, and it will always kind of default to this Get Started button, which is annoying, and really kind of makes it very creaky and lots of workarounds. So ManyChat and ChatFuel, particularly ManyChat, which is our favorite, is much easier to work with, much more fluid, and they're really jumping into this. The difference between when I ran into them a year ago and now is night and day what they've done, and they're making daily changes, it seems like. So all the time they're coming out with new stuff. So, questions?
I mean, I'm here to listen, and I realize that I'm here to support Michelle with this initiative. My concern is a lot of the selling that I do is really very grassroots in that I'm out in the community and I'm meeting people. That's where the conversation is starting, and I funnel them down to ultimately on-hold messaging. We do lots of other things too. I don't, the disconnect that I have with this is that I don't have like a lot of this traffic that's coming that I'm not able to handle and I need a bot to do it. I mean, if I get a lead every few days, I'm all over it, right? I don't need a bot to do it for me. So, and I'm not saying that means that I can't use it. I'm just trying to figure out how does that help me when I'm looking at this like for a company that's got, like, I don't know, whatever, The Gap or somebody who's got lots of people maybe coming in to their site and they just can't keep up with it and they need the ability to qualify all of that. How does that make sense for a small business like me that doesn't have people clamoring on my site all the time? I mean, is it still relevant for me?
Well, so think about this. I mean, are there people that don't sign up, that don't do the on hold?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if they were subscribed to your Messenger bot, then if you created content, which you should be doing anyway, then you could use an engagement bot to keep in the loop in a very friendly.
I have to have those people on Facebook with me. They have to be Facebook.
On the Messenger, right?
I've got to get them to like the Messenger first.
Right. So they have to be.
But that's like the initiative you did to get them to like your page.
Yeah.
We're at that stage
Right.
where you have to run something to encourage them to be a subscription person.
Or you could do it in real life. So the next time if you do presentations, if you're on your show, your radio show, your podcast, you could say, hey, if you guys got any questions about this, message me. Here's my Messenger, right? They actually make a QR code looking thing for Messenger too, where somebody could just scan it at an event, and they would be they'd be inside your Messenger, right? So, but it's a great way to continually stay up in a space that's not crowded. If you're pushing out content, and I hate to even use that word, but if you are, whatever you want to say, disseminating content through Messenger, where's your competition? Right? If you're disseminating content through email, you're competing with the entire world. Right now, if you're pushing out content like that was, you're one. There's no one
I use
competing.
HubSpot, right? So I have 4,000, 5,000 emails, and your numbers are pretty close to what it is, right? I mean, I get a 40% open rate, but then like a 1% click through
Right.
on a lot of the stuff.
Right.
I mean, still good. I still get people do tell me they see the emails. They get the emails, so they kind of know if I do the right job, I'm gonna put the right heading. They'll know what we're up to a little bit. But are they reading the whole email? Probably not. Are they engaging with us and coming to my site as a result? Not necessarily. But I mean, I put an email out 2 weeks ago though for an I Love My Office contest that we do for the radio station, and we awarded 50 more offices. So out of that 4,000 blast, I got 50 people to register.
So take that number,
You know,
and then take that number and put it with messaging open, right? Because the thing about, one of the ways that you double businesses is that you have to look at the entire sales funnel of the business. And really, it's pretty hard to double a business if you don't double the leads, right? And it makes it a lot easier to double, because really then you don't have to do a whole lot to the business. If you just double the amount of leads and you get the same conversions, you're probably going to double the business, right? So this is where an incredible point of leverage would be for you, right? So because if you could get, just say you can't get 90 or 70, say you got 60, and you got 3 times as many people to open up the email out of 4,000. So instead of getting 20%, right? You're now getting like 2,500 of those people, or 2,300 of those people to open your email. So all things being
by
equal.
having that ability in the email to click Messenger, is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is if you would push it out through Messenger, if you had those same number of subscribers.
If I had the
right?
same number of subscribers.
Right, through Messenger.
Right now, I wouldn't even know if I have any Messenger.
Right. So one of the things you could do immediately, like that you could do today, is then from now on at the bottom of your emails, start putting in, hey, you have any questions that you'd like to talk to me or want to just chat with me directly? Ask me a question. Click here. And use that little mobile link that you'd have, and that will start building Messenger. No, is everybody going to do it? Of course not. But if you got 5 a week, over time, plus if you do other stuff, right, you could start building a Messenger list, right? So you could run a contest, and part of the thing for being a contest could be Messenger, right? We're going to award the winner in Messenger, so make sure you're into our Messenger list so you get whatever. Or you,
That's one way that we could do it. I mean,
absolutely, contests kill it.
because we're doing the contest that we do. We bring a lot of material to the table. It's free.
Right.
So the ask could be, in order for you to qualify.
We're doing a Messenger-only contest, right? So it's not hard. And the thing is, once they're in the Messenger, you want to make sure that you're doing the right thing. That you're not. I mean, for one thing, if you try to just bang them up with sales, Facebook will ban your account.
Yeah, no,
so it's not
more like a conversation.
Conversation content. I mean, people like this because it's so fast. Because it's so, and even what you're doing with Shark on Hold, you could actually start advertising inside of Messenger, right? They're experimenting that. That would be very similar to what you're doing. So while when somebody's on hold, they hear a message. While somebody is in Messenger, they would see an ad or see a video. So that's already out. It's not in everyone's Messenger yet, but it's coming because Messenger's gotten. You saw 1.3 billion people monthly users, right? So this is just something to get, because email is I think we can probably all agree it's probably not going to make a comeback, right? It's not going to, like everybody's going to go, God, I'm going to start reopening all my emails that I get. I think I want to go back to 1999. No, that's not. It's just going to keep falling, right? Because so many people are using it badly. And honestly, this will probably happen to this. But in the meantime, again, it's that early mover advantage. In the meantime, you can be the person that has the huge Messenger list, because it's just going to become more restrictive, harder to get, just like email did, right?
And just like Facebook advertising gets more expensive.
Facebook advertising prices went up 167% in 1 year, right? And I mean, it's still a bargain. But it's not going to be for much longer. So again, I was jumping back on Facebook ads back in 2012. Very glad I did that, right? Super glad I did that. If I had to wait till now, it'd be tough. It'd be a tough thing to be learning Facebook ads at this point. So, again, it just goes back to that idea. And being able to nurture and being able to have conversations is never a bad thing, right? It's just, and I do this for a real estate client, and people have questions or they say something negative about them. They usually message the page, and I can just go, hey, someone's talking about the dog poop outside of the luxury building that you have. You might want to get maintenance on that, and it's done, right? So it's not like everything's done instantaneously. We can all connect to each other on Messenger. So it's really like texting, except it's done through Messenger. And this really was the promise that texting promised. Like a few years ago, texting, back when I first got into this in 2011 and 12, people were like, texting is the next frontier. But texting kind of backfired because people felt like they owned it. And they didn't want to hear from Whole Foods all the time. And people did it well, but it just kind of died. People didn't like getting the text message. Then they made texting very...
Because texting is almost too personal.
It's too personal, right?
So
that's what this... This, for me, is the promise that had, and it still works. There's still places that it works. But this, because it's inside Facebook, people don't feel like they own it as much. It doesn't feel like theirs. It feels like, oh, it's a Facebook thing. And remember, it lives on its own app, which is even cooler. You have two different ways to access it on Facebook, through the Facebook app and through the actual Messenger app.
The actual message.
So, all right.
So thank you, Kyle, for your presentation, and give us a call at Gun Multimedia Partners, and we'll get you guys all hooked up. Have a good one.
That's it.
Thank you, Kyle.